I think we can start a little bit early with the introductions. So officially we started 2:20, but the next 2 minutes we can maybe very briefly, if all of you very, very briefly just say who you are, what your company is, and where you are, where it's based. So do we want to start with, let's start top right. Let's start with Sigi.
Okay, hi everybody. This is Sigi. Thank you for inviting me, Uli. Well, I think originally it should have been in Zurich, so I'm happy to join you from Zurich.
True.
And yeah, I'm owning a really little small boutique hotel in the old town of Zurich, which only 23 rooms, and we have a nice bar at the ground floor on the perfect location in the old town. So this is a very nice place, but as everybody else, it hit us on the 16th of March when our so-called Bundesrat in Bern said, well, for the moment, that was it. Just close your doors and let's see what happens in future. But I think more to that later on.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. And we have another Swiss participant, Caro. How are you?
Hello everybody. Yeah, my name is Caroline, and I'm now in Lipperswil. It's here at the Lake of Constance region on the Swiss side. And yeah, as Sigi told, we had some crazy weeks. I think now 8 weeks or something like that. Normally we have gold guests. We have a conference segment, and we have a spa. The spa is open since Monday, so people can go to the pool and to the sauna, and they can book massage and beauty treatments. But yeah, as it's not as usual because we don't know when the golfers can go back on the golf course, and we don't know when will we be able to have our conference guests again. Mm-hmm. But if I look left and right, I think we are pretty happy with the situation now that the spa is open.
Yeah, we come to your promising numbers in a minute, Caro. So thanks for that, Nadja. Now going from Switzerland to the north of Germany, Konstantin, a neighbor of yours from Hamburg, right?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Oli and Konstantin. I'm working for 2 hotels in Hamburg, so in the northern part of Germany, which are the Empire Riverside Hotel and the Hotel Half in Hamburg. We do have an average room amount of 700 rooms in total and 7 restaurants, which are obviously closed at the moment for a lot of weeks. And I'm working in marketing. So my team and me are the ones who do everything when it comes to communication. So when we do have to communicate something, we are the ones who do it.
Perfect. And again, we want to keep it short and precise. And we said each one of you has an individual story to tell. And I really like also obviously the way you guys are handling certain things. And let's start with Caro in Lipperswil. So I said I think it's a 4-star Superior hotel, right? And yes. We talked actually yesterday. And let me make the intro that. We are working together for quite some years, and I think on average we make. Can I say the average amount of revenue you make on your website? Yeah,
online direct. Yeah.
Yeah, I think usually we are around 70,000 francs a month on your website, which is quite impressive already. You have a huge amount of direct business, and now in April, I saw the spike going up to 120,000 Swiss francs, and I was
we are 140 now.
In Lipperswil, right? Where's all this business coming from?
Switzerland.
Yeah, so tell us a bit more, because I think this is maybe the most hopeful story for all hotels that we have. And tell us a little bit of history, what happened and what is really going on right now.
So yeah, I'm happy to give you hope today. Well, the first thing, hotels never had to close in Switzerland. So the situation is a little bit different to the situation to Nadja. Officially, we never had to close. So we said at the beginning of the lockdown that we won't close the hotel. The business was very weak for 2 weeks, but after that, the business came, and I think the offering of food and the breakfast, the table, the lunch, the dinner at the beginning of the lockdown, that was the most important thing for our guests. So to eat in a restaurant, and of course, since Monday they can swim in a pool, they can go to the sauna. So we have a large infrastructure for all these Corona refugees. I don't know how to say that. So people know they should book their holidays in Switzerland because it came in the TV news. Please book your vacations in Switzerland.
That came on Monday, right? I mean, they announced it on Monday.
No, Sunday evening.
Sunday evening, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Because Monday, basically, the whole thing restarted again, right?
Yes.
You know, that you were able to offer massages and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Not a lot of hotels are open, but of course 85% of our guests are from Switzerland since ever, and we're not in the mountains, or we don't need extra infrastructure to get here. Everything is quite easy here.
Mm-hmm. And what exactly, I mean, did the business come out of nowhere? Because apparently most of the bookings of most of those 120,000 francs literally came in the last 3 days, right? Yeah. So did it come out of nowhere, or did you do some extra marketing or
we have
the secret trick? Because everyone wants to have Sigi is already watching, right? She's like, what the heck, you know?
Yeah, what is it?
Give it to us, yeah.
5,000 email addresses. We made a newsletter, I think 3 times during that time. Now, first newsletter was we are still stay open. Second was, hey, pool will come, and now we will send one with golf will coming soon. And yes, then we changed our Facebook ads and the Google ads because the keywords are now open hotels and something like that. Mm-hmm. So we did a lot in the background, I think. Yeah.
And how do you handle the whole? Or let's put it that way. Yeah. Which period do people book? Do they book short term, or do they book like more May or June or July?
Most of them for May, but also for July and August. So the school vacations.
Uh-huh.
And, now we decided we will just accept 70 people. Normally we have space for 100 people, 120 people. But we decided, okay, we stop with 70 people. Otherwise, you have queues for people to get into the pool or into the sauna, and we have these distance rules. So we have to watch out. Mm-hmm. We could work with two sequences for breakfast and dinner and so on. So that would not be the problem. The problem is the spa, and people can not do anything at the moment. So they are in-house, and you have to be ready for them with the space.
Mm-hmm. And people are aware of that, so you inform them up front about those rules? Yeah. And how do you do that?
The introduction letter.
Introduction letter? So how is that also goes out via email after they booked?
Yeah, and you get it when you check in.
Okay, interesting. So you're basically a hotel where we can already see pickup. So this is what everyone else here listening in is waiting for. Let's move to Nadja, because Nadja and me, we also worked together for many years, and we actually sat down I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and where we said, look, I mean, we need to have a plan, right? We need to have a plan for the day when business potentially gets opened up, when this news speaker on the Tagesschau will announce that hotels will open up and that everyone should travel. And
Waiting for it.
And I think, Nadja, you developed a very comprehensive and detailed plan on how you want to do it. And we noticed we always talk about it, right? But then once you dive into it and you need to think about everything that might happen, it becomes pretty complex, right? So tell us a little bit about how you do it and what is all included.
Yeah, true. Because we really are working on a whole communication plan. Because when we talked about it a few weeks ago, I thought, okay, what are the touch points we have with the customers? What do we need to take care of? Where can we reach our customers? So what I have done in the last few days is I wrote down the whole customer journey. No matter if they come through our website or if they get in touch with Google or an OTA or Meta Searcher or whatever might be the first touch point for the customers, and then the whole customer journey. So what else do we have to take care about? Is it the website? Is it Google? Is it maybe a newsletter? Is it social media? And what I found out is that we have around 18 different touch points we can get in contact with the customer. Okay. And I really believe that we have the opportunity to show that we are trustworthy and that we are reliable if we take care of all those points and if we communicate throughout all those touch points.
And just, I mean, I know it's hard if you need to say 18 touch points, but what are these 18 touch points? I mean, I can think about website, newsletter. We heard about that, Facebook, right? And maybe Instagram, the social points, but I think it's much more detailed and potentially even operationally, there are touch points before the guest arrived, while he is in the hotel and after he leaves, or how did you look at it?
Yeah, true. That is actually exactly the way we have done it. So what are the points before the booking or while the customer is booking? So obviously, of course, it is website. We've already mentioned that. It is Google, it is newsletter, it is social media. But then, of course, it is also, for example, the reservation. So when the customer is calling or writes an email to us and wants to book something, we can really inform him. And that means that we need to inform our employees first. So what are the points they need to tell the customers? Might there be a link to our website we can put in the confirmation for the booking or something else? So those are all the points we have prior. The IBE, for example, and so on. And then when the customer, pardon?
Do you see changes there? I mean, I can imagine that we see a big amount of more mobile and real-time communication than before.
You switch to mobile communication, or what?
Yeah, instead of desktop communication.
Yeah, it is. We have, like, I think it was 50% of mobile when I have a look a few days ago, and then of course tablet and desktop. But I think that we have to take care of all of them. So we can't leave out just one or focus on mobile or stuff, but we really have to take care of all of them. So I don't want to let something out at this point. Mm-hmm. But then when the customer obviously booked, so he wants to travel to us, we do have the pre-mail. When the customer arrives at our hotel, we have the possibility to introduce him to our hotel through a guiding system. So might it be on the floor, might it be digital, or whatever it might be. Then he gets to reception. We need to inform our receptionist what to tell them, how is the room cleaned, what are the things we need to take care of. And then, of course, when the customer is in our hotel, there are a few touch points too. So, for example, when he comes into the room, it might be a good idea to show him, hey, the room is really cleaned, so that we might put just a fly on it. Okay, this is how we did it. This is who did it, so that we really show that we take care of it. Mm-hmm. And then, for example, there are a few other things after he left the hotel as well.
What is that? Like review and stuff like that? What we just heard from Trust You?
Yeah, actually, we are planning on doing a post mail and integrating in the post mail questionnaire on how we did with all those rules and how he felt, how the customer felt in a hotel, or do we need to improve something, so that we really see if it's okay what we're doing, or if we need to improve.
So the message basically really is, I mean, yes, there is business coming up, maybe hopefully soon again, and be prepared, right? And I also, I mean, I know I speak to a lot of people, and you talk about preparation, and you talk about, hey, get ready, business might come back, and everyone says, yeah, I use my time, because everyone has spare time in a way, but in the end, I see that preparation actually takes detailed work, right?
Yeah, that's what I want to tell, because as I said, I'm the one who does it. It takes time. You can't do it in just 2 days. You need a few weeks for that. So just start right now, because then that's the only way you can be ready when we are allowed to open again.
Yeah, and maybe you need women in charge, because men talk about it, but women do it, right? That's
empathy and
maybe just one more question. Do you plan to have different photos on your website and the OTAs to show what are your changes on property?
Yeah, actually, we are planning on doing different pictures, so that they are telling the customer, okay, we are open, and this is how we take care about it. But also, what we're doing is we are planning on doing a video, which just shows how does it look in the hotel, how do we take care of it, who are the persons who take care of it, so that the customer just can feel safe and knows, okay, yeah, there are some rules I need to stick to, and that is important, but I mean, we want to sell something. We want the customer to get to our hotel and to enjoy their time, because it is their vacation. So that's the main values we want to communicate.
Sure, yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. Let's move over to Sigi. Sigi, last but not least, and because I wanted to also go into stories of each of you, and in your case, we talked a few weeks or days ago, and you mentioned that you are obviously you all said, Uli, we are empty, we have one room occupied, and then you sent me a message where you said, look, now we are hosting, we are basically giving room as a women's shelter, right? Where there are women's shelters also where we are donating the incomes of this event is going to the women's shelter in Leipzig, and you're working with the women's shelter in Zurich. And those guys are and you do a lot of social work, and I know that you're very active in your community. You organize a lesbian gay festival every year, which I hope will take place. And but tell us a little bit more about what you did on that social level. And by the way, social means that you do something great, but maybe it even brings a little bit of business into your property.
Well, in the end, sure, let's hope this as well. But I think this was this lockdown for the moment was really a good opportunity to show the social impact everybody could live in this world as well. And it happened that a doctor came to me and asked for a room for a mother with her daughter. And at the moment he asked, I didn't know what the story behind it is, and I just gave them a room, and I think that was all fine. And when they went to the room, he explained me that well, what the situation is, and then only I started to think about the possibility to help people like this. So I really, in the same afternoon, I contacted what we call Frauenhaus, or there are some organizations within also the social department of the city of Zurich. Mm-hmm. And immediately they wrote me back, and really we hosted quite some women, some mothers with child for a few nights, but also one was here for 2 weeks already. Mm-hmm. And it was really important for them to know there are places, really safe places, the women could stay, and just to recover kind of, and have a really safe place. What we also did, and well, let me also tell you, they contacted me again the day before yesterday, and asked me whether there is also an interest from my side to have women maybe for a longer term. So we are working on that. Maybe we're doing one floor of our hotel only for women, just to have them, just for them, no? But there was something else. It was important for me in the very beginning, shortly after 16th of March, we all saw how much work all these people in the medical business did. So the university hospital is quite close to our hotel, and I really felt I have to do something for them. So I made a nice paper and a kind of invitation and brought it to them and let them know that they're really invited to be here, spend the night just after their long shift, after their work, to be here for free. And some people came and really used this possibility, and they were so grateful that they had this possibility just to lay down and relax, and could not to go home because the official transport system also lowered it down. And it was sometimes, if they are from outside, it was really a problem to go and come. So it was a big help for them that they could stay just close by, you know. And what we did for our employees, I mean, the very first 2 weeks, I would say, they thought, well, this is fun. We don't have to work, and it's like holidays. And we were funny games doing on WhatsApp, or jokes and all these funny posts going here and there. But you could realize, well, when time goes by, the situation changed slightly, because people got slightly unsecure. What's going on? How does it go on? And I think this is also very important, that we not only look for our business in kind of what we're getting in for turnover, but to taking our social responsibility also for our employees. To get them or keep them close with us, you know. And
how do you do that in time of crisis? I mean, because obviously if they are at home, do you have like a digital way of next to WhatsApp to communicate with them, or is it mainly WhatsApp that you use?
It is WhatsApp, but we do meet weekly here at the business. We did with the team the new summer card for the bar, which is more the focus at the moment in comparison to the hotel, because when we can start next Monday, yesterday it was decided next Monday, Switzerland goes partly on again, more and more. So bars, restaurants can open. And that's why we put the focus more on the F&B part than to the hotel, because as we all know, well, we are depending on the domestic part, and which is not as strong as the international part. So we'll go more to the gastronomy, to the F&B. And so we did a new summer card, and my people, my staff, they are really very waiting to start, really. They can't wait for that. Yeah.
So maybe you can offer some holiday packages for staying in Zurich, but next to Dipperswil, maybe.
Yeah, but next week, actually, I mean, we will still do some painting in the bar, because we do it like a workshop. That's something else we want to do with our people there. They're keen to do something for us. So we just get them integrated in some works, just to get the time over till then we really can open. Yeah, but let me talk some business also. Congrats to Caroline. We cannot talk about successful reservations like you do. I think I have to say it like Benjamin said before. It can only be better. At the moment, nothing is going on, no new reservations, so we really have to wait. I would say still that the industry in the holiday industry will take advantage in summer of this situation, of course. So we in the cities, well, we will have to see what will come. But Zurich officially, so the hotels together with Zurich Tourism, doing an unofficial restart of Zurich. So we'll do some weekend specials, and I think this will also attract some people. So we'll take part in this. But let's see what Hospitality will bring this year. Yeah.
Perfect. And I know it needs, let's say, it needs active people. It needs involved people like you to get this going. I sometimes wonder where you take the time to do all that, right? Because you run a business, you're on the hotel association, you're doing all this social work, you're taking care of your employees. But I know that you are an extremely active and energetic person, like all three of you are, and that was the reason why I wanted to get you in here, because and I know it's very short, and I think, and we had questions in the chat, and maybe for the chat questions, there is actually an opportunity. If you want to, obviously you can discuss the things directly with Sigi, Nadja, and Caroline, and with anyone else by just chatting with them directly under the people chat. So there is in the chat part, there's chat polls and people, so you can actually write to people directly. If you want to, you can also maybe you three want to go into the networking area for the next 10 minutes. So you can try to speed date with Sigi, with Nadja and Caroline, and speak to them directly. That's where the networking area is. So maybe the Tinder application connects you directly with them. And because we move on, and I know that Uwe is already waiting, and we have 5 people on the chat. But one thing I can clearly see that it's a little bit like on the Corona, the countries with women at the top apparently have the best, like, let's say, a health index on the Corona level. If the country is led by a woman, I make a very strong hypothesis here, but maybe hotels are more successful if women are in charge as well. I don't know. I leave it like that, but it very much sounds like it. Thanks a lot to all 3 of you. And I know it was short, and we could have talked with each of you for 20 minutes, and I found it very, very interesting. Caroline, great numbers. You give hope to everyone on your numbers. Nadja, you give hope to everyone in terms of how you can prepare. And if anyone has more questions, I think Nadja can give you information. And thanks, Sigi. I think you always give hope on many levels, and you can show us that business can pick up, and we still can do something good for this world, which I think is important. We need positive karma. So thanks to all of you. I need to throw you out because we need to get. Otherwise, I can't get.
That's fine.
Okay, then a big wave of goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, bye bye.